Hi guys, I have decided today that I am going to do a bit of a live show. I do this all the time on my Instagram feed. If you don't follow me on Instagram, check me out over there. I do a lot of daily posts over there and daily stories all the time. So if you want your fix of Faodail, always go over there. So first thing to say is that I cannot see any questions that are coming in, so please just be aware of that. So if you're leaving a comment, I will have to get back to you. I'll have a look at the end of the video to see if anybody has watched live. I have not told anybody I was going to do a live. I've just decided to come ahead and do a live sew. What I'm doing today is a pouch front, and I'm really liking these Applique. If you check out my Instagram feed, you would see that I am getting really into doing these applique pouches. So I'll just show you one here. This is one that I had on the front of my thumbnail, and I'll go and grab another one that I made that was a peacock. This is the peacock. So now I am doing like a few flowers. There's a flower that's in bloom, and there's 3 flowers that aren't in bloom. And I've been doing these like positive affirmations on these pouches, and I just think they look super cute. So I'm going to try and tuck and sew at the same time, but it's a little bit difficult for me to do that. Like the live video is going to be a lot more, obviously, like less edited. I just can't edit it, so you're going to see in real time how long this takes me, and hopefully I'll do some tips along the way. Let's just see how it goes. And I'm not quite sure what the video quality is going to be like either, so I'm just going to get going and let's see. So as you guys know, I use my Babylock Soprano. And I've got it set onto free motion quilting. And you really don't have to be very precise with this. I do have a tutorial on how I did my mum's hedgehog cushion cover, which is done in more or less the same way as what I'm doing now. So if you like your videos to be a little bit more produced and better to watch, then go and watch that video. But just give this a run and see what you think of it. So what I like to do is go over this area like 3 times. Sometimes when people do applique, they tend to go more of a satin stitch, or they'll go with a blanket stitch, but I really like the look of this. I have no special needle in my machine. I think I've just got a universal needle in. And I'm just going to go over one more time. And I'm unable able to get a better angle position on this, because when I film my normal videos, you're probably going to laugh right now because I generally have the camera in between my legs, but it makes it very difficult for me to actually do my work properly, and this is basically the only camera angle I can give you guys. So I'm just going to stop at each section once I finish, so I'm nearly done here. There we go. I don't like to use my thread cutter just because it cuts the thread too short and it has the tendency to pop out of the needle. So I am not going to do that. So I am just going to show you guys what this looks like so far. I'm trying to get a good light on it as well, which is difficult. So I'm going to do the next part of this flower here. So I'm going to start building on it. There are going to be some portions of this video where I completely stopped sewing and it seems like I've abandoned the room, and I haven't. I promise. I'm just over at the other side. Okay, so I'll just show you guys again. So I've just pressed this flower on, and then what I'm going to do is just start thread painting over the top of it again. This is a really great way for you to start free motion quilting, because it's all about anchoring the movement of your hands and eye coordination. I find when you want to go all in and be like this phenomenal free motion quilter right off the bat, then you're probably going to just fail. Like, it's great to start with trying writing your own name and just trying to get the whole movement and the motion going. So I'm going to stop talking here and I'm going to go around this another 2 times. So you guys know that this has a tendency to look better when it's messy. Don't try and make it look perfect. So I'm going to show you guys again. It's a bit better when I hold it further back, I think. Now I'm going to put the next part on. So I've just glued this down with some like heat fuse here, and I'm just going to do the center of this flower. And hi guys, I'm starting to see some comments coming in. Thank you for watching. I'm going to continue going on. Have you guys tried to do this? It's actually really fun. I've tried to do applique before, and I actually prefer this method to outline the fabric better than doing the blanket stitch. I'm going to see if I can move my light a little bit better. There we go, look. So that's the inside of the flower done. So now I'm going to get my other flowers done. Let's move on. I'm still in shot. I'm just trying to get this glue off. There we go. Come on. So here we go, I have the stem of my next flower. Now the next 3 flowers are supposed to be like sad flowers, and there's a reason why, and I'll let you know in shortly. I've also made my main flower a lot more colourful and the other flowers to be a little more like darker. Just thread off here. And you know, the more you do this, the quicker you actually get at it. And I find it just a really fun process to do. This is my first stem, and I don't know why I didn't just stick my other stems on while I was over at the board. I think I'll do that right now, so I'm not jumping up and down like a jack-in-the-box. Pardon me. Sometimes it's really finicky to get these things going. 1 second. There we go. Now I'm just going to go back to outlining these guys. So I always like to work, so my work is from the top and I am going like this. I find it's an easier direction to work from. Don't forget that you can keep manoeuvring your work in whichever way you want to do it. You can just like pivot, just keep pivoting until it's in a location that you like to work from. And relax your shoulders, just relax when you're doing this. It's going to work out so much better for you. Now I could do a jump stitch and just go to the next one, but I'm not going to. Like so. Put this down. Sorry, I know that my hand keeps getting in the way from time to time. Go. Let me stop and show you guys what this looks like. Like, if you see how quick and easy this has come along. So I'm going to put my 3 buds down. Take the glue off, Cass. Okay. Okie dokie, so there's a reason why these look sad and that other one looks really happy. I'll get on with this. And another thing to remember when you're doing this sort of work, you need to remember what's in the foreground and what's in the background. Like you can see here that this one is going to be overlapped. So I've left this one empty while I just thread paint these two, and then I will thread paint this third one in a minute. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect. The less perfect you are, the nicer it turns out. So I am just going to stick that last flower down. Now do you see how that flower there is just slightly overlapping this one here? So I am just going to thread paint that one down, and then we can move on to the next stage. Some thread in the way. Okay, so I kind of want to put in a bit of landscape at the bottom here. I'm just going to refer to my... Yes, I want to put in some landscape. So right at the bottom here, where the ground should be, I'm just going to move out of my way. And then turn it around, and now it's facing the right way for you again. spontaneous with it. You don't, like, I did have a plan of what I wanted to draw, but you don't have to stick to the plan. I think the key part to this is knowing when to stop. Like knowing when to stop over designing your work. You see that? So now I want to put some writing on there, and I am going to write it in pencil, and then I'm going to do some outline in thread. I want to just check that I've got the spelling right before I even start, I guess. Where's my pencil? I just don't want to get any spelling wrong. Let's have a look here. Doo-doo-doo. There we go. I just want to make sure that I had the spelling right before I wrote it down, because that would be embarrassing. Right, so I am just literally just going to write it in pencil. And then go over it. This is where your cursive writing as a child comes in super duper handy for this. So here we go. I am choosing and not waiting to be chosen. So I am going to, this is all in cursive, so apart from the spaces, I'm going to cut off my threads, but I am just going to continue to thread paint all these words down. And yes, you can do that in thread. Don't think that you need your embroidery machine, or, I mean, you could use your lettering on your sewing machine, but I think this is a great skill to start doing. Especially when you want to learn how to free motion. So let's get writing. I mean, once you have that template, you're pretty much got it. colouring in. That's all you're doing. We start and just show you here. In the bottom of my bobbin, I just have bobbin thread. That's all I have is bobbin thread. So can you see that? Like I am, and I'm just going to continue on. I'm not going to cut this video off. I'm going to go right to the end. There's no point in cutting this off. Those who want to watch will watch, and those who don't will go. But let me know if you like this kind of format, because if you do, then I will do more of them. Worry about dotting that eye, like just don't bother about it, no point. Here we go. Just go check back at some of these. I enjoy learning from you. You have helped me learn so much about using my machine and making things. I have a lyric which I am told is similar to soprano. Yes, the lyric is virtually the same as the soprano. However, I don't think you have the pivot key I have the pivot key that can, like, when I lift my foot off the accelerator, it raises my presser foot up, which, I mean, I was totally sold on that. I just was. It was a time saver for me. I think that's one of the major things. I think you still... Oh, I think I also have the presser up and down on the front of my sewing machine here. I don't think you have that. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going here. Even if you had the an embroidery machine, you'd still have to deal with all of these like thread jumps and stuff, unless you have a really, really fancy one that like cuts it off all the time for you. I'm all about showing you the things that you can be done on the machines that you have already. I just think that a lot of people have sewing machines that they don't use to their maximum potential. Like, you don't have to have a really fancy machine. Like, you can do all of this stuff on like a really basic machine. Like, most machines nowadays have the ability to drop the feed docks down. I have a funny feeling my battery's going to die on me, so 1 second. So the problem with doing these live videos and any kind of recording, the battery doesn't last. Just stick that in there. Don't want to lose you guys. And like I said, don't forget, if you are on Instagram or Facebook, I post there too. just give you an update. I am choosing and not waiting, and there needs to be chosen at the bottom there. Nearly done. I just noticed that I double checked my spelling and I still noticed a mistake. I wrote to be chosen as T-O-O instead of T-O. But luckily I do this on canvas so I can erase it. Ha. Just to go and show that things don't go perfect, like you make errors and you rectify them and nobody would really know unless I just told you. I share my mistakes with you guys all the time. I hope YouTube lets me update my thumbnail for this live. I've never done it before, so... And I didn't think to do the thumbnail before I went live. That's the picture that you see on my home screen. So once I finish this, I want to change this to the actual picture because the one that I've got on there is the butterfly one. So I'm hoping to change the thumbnail to this one. So we'll see if I can do that. It's a little learning curve with this whole YouTube thing. What's going on under here? Something's pulling. Give it me back. Yep, it happens to me too. So there's nesting going on underneath my bobbin. I mean, I've got enough bobbin. So just take it out and start again. Sometimes as well, when you've got too long of a thread from the top thread, it can cause issues. So I'm going to cut it off. Let's see what happens. Don't make a mess of my work now that I've done it in the home run. Last bit to go. Right, go that way. Come on, Soprano, you and me, girl. am on my last word. I am on my last word. Chosen look weird when it's spelt out. Weird word. I love when things like this happen live. Mr. Fred, please stop popping out. There we go. Sometimes a little bit temperamental of whether this threader wants to work or not on. I don't know if it's the eye of the needle. No. Whether it's the thread. There we go. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I think it's got something to do with the eye of the needle. I don't think the threader works on all eyes. Because I know I've got a smaller eyed needle in right now. And here we go. Here we go. Yes. Come on, look at that. How freaking awesome is this? Love it. All the designs are mine. Here we go. Finished product. I really love it. I'm going to see if we have any other. Soaking adorable. Thank you. So there we go. I will upload the thumbnail so you guys can see what it looks like from the finish. Unless I can move, let's see if I can move this camera. If I cut you off, let me just move this thread out of the way. This out of the way. Move this out of the way. Anybody have any questions? Now is your opportunity to write them down because I will be finishing the live shortly. I'm going to move this in. Move that. Right. Take you guys off. I'm hoping That's a better shot for you. Let's go right in. It's just your hopping foot. Guy. Right here, can you see him? He's like an open toe hopping foot. And my feed dogs are dropped. And I've used bobbin thread. And for this kind of work, I like to use embroidery thread. Sorry, I lost you for a minute. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Why? I am just going to get my instruction manual out. Here you go, look. We share the same manual. Let me have a look. Yeah, bobbin thread you can buy from your sewing machine shop. And it's slightly thinner. And it has a lot more elasticity to it. Bobbin thread goes in the bottom, so it goes in here in your bobbin. And I'm just going to find out what that foot was. So in your smaller book, it's this one here. I'm not quite sure if you got it with your lyric. But if you haven't, you should be able to get it as a separate foot. And I think I also have a darning foot. So I may have got a bit more accessories than you, because I'm wondering if they class the Soprano as a quilting machine. There you go. You can do exactly what I've just done. It is so easy, and it would have taken me less than an hour, but I was stopping and starting and I was showing you guys. It really is super easy and super simple. Don't be scared of doing free motion quilting or anything like this. It is so easy, so quirky, and it's just so much fun. If you do have any questions, just leave a question on, I think once I upload this, I think it loses all of the questions that you guys have currently left. You can leave a new question on this live video and I will get back to you. You guys know that I always get back to you. It's funny now because I don't know how to start my live video. Do I just X out? I'm having fun here. Never done this before. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that it keeps this live video. I really do. I've never done this before, but I'm going to press the X and hopefully it's going to let me share. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the questions. Thank you so much for the love. I love every single one of you. Bye.